Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj and today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC Vegas 29, a couple of the fights on the main card. I do believe I did cover every other fight on the card up to this point except for the co-main and main event, which I will take care of tomorrow. All right. So this is going to be a quick show. Let's just dive right into this. At middleweight, we've got the Prodigy, Wellington Turma, the Prodigy. Isn't that someone of BJ Penn's? I don't know. Anyway, the Prodigy, Wellington Turma, out of the Gal Ribeiro team. That is in Brazil, has Rogerio Bontorin and Augusto Sakai are both on the list of fighters training out of Gal Ribeiro. Wellington Turma comes in with a record of 16-4. He is a slight underdog here at plus 105 according to Bet Online. Right now, I just checked it out. He's taking on Bruno Silva, 19-6. The slight favorite at minus 125. And you have pizza sauce on your chin. And Bruno Silva is fighting out of Evolução. Yep, Evolução. That is also in Brazil. This is Brazilian on Brazilian fight. Wellington Turma is coming off a loss to Andrew Sanchez. Bruno Silva is coming off a USADA suspension. Before his suspension, he had his last fight was in November of 2018, where he beat Artem Frolov TKO in the 4th round. That was an M1. This is his UFC debut. He was going to debut prior to this against, who is it? I heard Duran win, maybe? I forget who it was, but he was going to debut before, but then pop, USADA, on, whatever steroids. And, yeah, right, it was, I guess it was short-lived, and sorry, no-go, suspension, and it was like to this date, I heard. So as soon as he's off suspension lifted, boom, he's got a fight against Wellington Turma. Out of Evolução Thai MMA, that in Brazil, Joaquim Silva also on this card fighting Ricky Glenn, fights out of there. Now I mentioned this in the prior video. I asked, does anybody know if they're related because they're both Silva and they both go to the same training facility? Are they brothers? Or am I just speculating on that? Anyway, if anyone knows, let me know if... And this is not the flyweight Bruno Silva. This is, his nickname is Blindado. Blindado. I don't know if it's Blindado or Blindado, but that's what his nickname is. And this is the 185er, not the flyweight. Okay, let's see what the cappers have to say in this fight. Starting with the favorite here in Bruno Blindado Silva, we've got both the brothers from Fight Night Picks, Matt and Craig. Neither side mentioned the exact method of victory, but they are taking Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva, 19-6, 19 wins, 16 of them are by knockout. Key point, mark that. If you're taking notes, mark that down. Silva, 16 of those 19 victories. But I know they're in M1 and whatever else, Combate, I don't even know what other. But anyway, still, 16 of those professional, not amateur, professional fights, knockouts. 16 of those wins. Okay, jumping over, taking Wellington Turma. We've got Vlad, my boy, the Bulgarian cowboy from UFC celebrities and classics. If I have to take a side, I'm gonna take Wellington Turma. He didn't. He usually says over under. He might have, but I didn't catch it for this fight. But yeah, he's taking Wellington Turma. Then we've got Burt MMA. He is taking Bruno Silva. Burt, and I think he's too young to gamble, but because he's young. But he is saying he's gonna bet the prop bet Silva by KO is by knockout KO is plus 200. So I'll jot that down. That's what he said in his video. His words, not mine. I did not look up the odds of the prop bet. But go ahead, Burt. Maybe he just looks really young for his age. Maybe he's like, I don't know, 22. He just looks 14. I don't know. But Burt, good luck to you. Just do not become a degenerate gambler. If you're starting now and you get problems, 1-800-GAMBLING or something, you know. Anyway, then jumping back over, taking Wellington Turma, we've got Brady, DFS by the numbers, the man with the stats. He's taking Turma by submission. You know what's great about Brady? He always puts like striking percentages, strikes landed compared to strikes absorbed, significant strikes, and he compares these stats on his show. That's why he's great. He's a great breakdown capper, predictor, whatever, you know. I think Brady's top notch. And finally, for the tiebreaker, another top notch handicapper, very famous in the handicapping community, like he's known throughout. MMA Prediction Guru. MMA Pred Guru is also taking Bruno Silva for the tiebreaker, and he's saying TKO round 1 for Prediction Guru. So, this is a tough one. Believe me, guys, I tend to fade when people get popped for, you know, performance enhancing drugs and like steroids and stuff, and they're forced to become clean and not have those enhancing drugs to enhance their performance when they're back to just being au natural. Even though there are like quasi gray areas supplements that will boost testosterone and do some of the similar things that USADA can't trace. Those things do exist, but I'm just saying, I tend to fade fighters coming off a layoff after they've been popped by USADA. So I'm gonna have to lean with Wellington Turma here. I think he should be able to get it done. I don't know about, man, though, this guy Silva, back when he was juiced up on the sauce, 16 KOs of those 19. Turma, he's coming off a win, right? No, he's coming off a round 1 loss to Andrew El Dierte Sanchez, right? Dirty Sanchez. Ground and pound, round 1 loss for the Prodigy. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Because this is so close, I'm gonna have to go with the cappers, the majority of the cappers. I'm gonna have to go with Bruno Silva. Hopefully he's just as powerful without the steroids, and hopefully a clean steroid-free Silva is just as good as the steroid-ridden Silva. Now remember, 16 of those by knockout, so I'm gonna go with that. Say knockout. Look at cappers are in the same agreements. Knockout. Those guys didn't say, but they are the ones that fight. Craig and Matt, they both discussed the whole USADA thing on their show. All these links will be in the description. Check them out. And I had to do some reason my early prelim fight for this card, Capital Comparison Pick Show for this card. For some reason, I deleted it. And I think I like I don't know. It was like on there twice for some reason on my phone when I woke up groggy and I was like, what? It was like on there the day after. I don't know. It was weird, but I thought I deleted a double. Like I did 2 videos at once, but that's why I had to whatever, guys. Who cares? Anyway, moving on. Next, we've got Dhiego Lima taking on the immortal Matt Brown. Dhiego Lima comes in as the moderate favorite. He's got a record of 15 wins, 8 losses. He's a -175 favorite over the 40-year-old Matt Brown. Matt Brown is 22-18. 40 years old. Dhiego Lima, 31 years old. That's a big deal for a lot of these cappers. A lot of them, their sole reason to fade Matt Brown is because his age. Just keep that in mind. He is the underdog at +150 because, man, he's like very close to a 500 record and 40. Sometimes you just gotta, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta face it and say like, hey, this might be the time I should reconsider my career. So this may be one of the last times you see Matt Brown. I'm just saying, don't know for sure. Okay, Dhiego Lima, he's coming off a loss to Bilal Muhammad. Remember the eye poke, Bilal Muhammad by unanimous decision. Dhiego Lima does have a 2-inch height and 1-inch reach advantage over Matt Brown. He's fighting out American Top Team Atlanta, not Coconut Creek, the one in Atlanta. But they do have a couple. No, they have one. They have Cody Durden is there, and they have a couple. They have another guy named Juan Puerta that fights out American Top Team in Atlanta. And this Juan Puerta dude, he's from Titan FC and Combate. He's on an 11-fight win streak. So they do have some quality fighters in American Top, but just don't get it confused with Coconut Creek, the original American Top Team in Florida. Totally different. I mean, maybe you'll get visitors coming up from Florida, going across the Georgia-Florida line into Atlanta to, hey, we're gonna come train with you guys for, I don't know how that works. But anyway, he's taking on the immortal Matt Brown. Matt Brown is coming off back-to-back losses. His most recent one was Carlos Condit, unanimous decision. And before that, Miguel Baeza. But here's the deal against Miguel Baeza. Matt Brown, of course, huge underdog against Miguel Baeza. And in the first round, Matt Brown rocked him. Matt Brown had the first round. Had a little bit more time into it, I think Matt Brown might have been able to do his due diligence and take care of that fight. However, the 30 seconds in between the rounds, Baeza caught his wind, was able to gather his, the laurels, or let me grab my, I don't know. He gathered himself, cleared the cobwebs out that he got, and came back and made quick work of Matt Brown in the second round. I think it was it's double-digit seconds, like 12, 17 or something. Something took care of it really quick. So Matt Brown, the immortal Matt Brown is not immortal. He is fighting on a strong style fight team, which has, he trains with like Stipe Miocic, Cody Garbrandt, and Alexa Kamur, who was on this card fighting that Niku Negumuranu. Look at that, slides off the tongue now. Negumuranu. Nick Negumuranu. Anyway, so let's see what these cappers have to say about Dhiego Lima and Matt Brown. Okay, starting with the favorite, the minus 175 favorite, Dhiego Lima. We've got Bert, MMA, young man. I'm pretty certain he is not old enough to gamble, but maybe he does it through his uncle or his older brother. Or, I don't know, somebody. I don't know. Maybe he's gambling through them, or just made an identity online and lied about his age and joined up on Bet Online or Bet 365 or something. I'm sure there's ways to do it now with online and whatever. Anyway, you just link your bank account. Pretty much. If you can get to link a bank account and show something saying whatever. I don't know how Burt MMA gambles because he looks like he's too young to legally gamble, but he does. And he's taken Lima by decision in this fight. Then we've got Vlad. Vlad is saying, oh, here it is. Here it is. My bet is over 1.5. So his bet is over 1.5 rounds, but if he has to take a side, Capper makes me take a side, I'll take Dhiego Lima. So there you go, Vlad. Thank you for taking a side. I really appreciate it. Then we've got Pred Guru, MMA Prediction Guru. He's saying also TKO round 1. And then we've got Brady, DFS. He's saying he's taking Lima by knockout. Didn't specify the round. I think he might have said later, like second or third, but I'm not 100% sure. And finally, both the guys from Fight Night Picks. Craig, slight lean. Matt on board with Dhiego Lima. So Craig and Matt from Fight Night Picks both taking Dhiego Lima, making this a full capper consensus. A full capper consensus is when. Go ahead, tell them.
When other handicappers pick one side.
What is that? It looks like you're grabbing for boobies or something.
Yeah! And spin it and then toss the pearls.
Like this.
So pearls get
You're supposed to do it like this,
forever.
okay? This is how you do the capper, the Perlo dance. That's where I stole it from.
Daddy, I'm tossing pearls.
And then you
to everyone.
throw the pearls.
No,
I pitch them like baseballs, but I guess you just sprinkle them on. This is not a sprinkle bat. This is a big pearl bat. But anyway, I'm also going with the cappers, and I'm taking Dhiego Lima. And I'm being ageist too. I'm fading Matt Brown because of his double loss record. You guys know I don't like double digit losses. And his age, Lima, being 9 years younger, should ideally have the better cardio. Everybody else has got him winning, and he doesn't have double-digit losses. And he's also got the slight height and reach advantage. So we're gonna say Lima, and I think he's gonna get it done within distance, making that probably a plus. You know what? Second round TKO. Okay. TKO in the second for Lima. So there you have it. To recap. Time check. To recap, you know what? My Fitbit shit to bed today. It's broken. Yeah, definitely is. So I recheck. I don't even know the time. Can't be bedtime. All right. Okay, so to recap, I've got Bruno Blindado, Silva knocking out Wellington Turma. That's really a coin flip fight. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to make my third model pick. Remember I told you guys before, for the new people, let me explain. I learned this from Johnny the Greek. He said when you're betting a UFC fight card, when the fights first come out, like early in the week, you come and you make your first model picks. Just going by pure previous knowledge, no research, and just by looking. And even if you don't know, you go by knowledge, like, oh, I know who Dhiego Lima is. I definitely know who Matt Brown is, you know. Wellington Turma, I spoke with him a little bit with Vlad back in the day over something, like, oh, another, like a former fighter. Bruno Silva, I didn't really know nothing about this Bruno Silva. So, but anyway, I made, my original pick was Wellington Turma. Then, second model, this is the most important one. As the week progresses, you are doing your research. Some guys watch past fights, which I just don't have time to do that. When I'm driving, I do a lot of driving for my job, a lot of road time, a lot of windshield time. So when I do that, I put my phone and I put on a capper show, let it play, and I try to keep little notes, and I write down who they're picking and by like method. If I can, I'm not going to disrupt my driving, but if I can, and if not, I'll just rewatch it when I get home and fill it out. I learned I don't write and drive, of course. But anyway, that's my research. So your second model is after you've done research, you're like, oh, okay, oh, yeah, this guy got knocked out by so-and-so, and you do the MMA math, whatever you want to do, however you watch fights, listen to cappers, that's what I do. And so on and so forth, do your research. Second model pick. Then your third model pick is how they look at the weigh-ins and face-offs. This is almost as important as, it's definitely more important than your first model pick. Second model pick is the most important. That's where you do your brainstorm, your research. Third is more like a confirmation of your picks, or if you're gonna flip, that's what you do after the weigh-ins and face-offs. And that's what I do during my live show. Usually Friday nights if I'm drinking some, or if I'm not, I'll do them Sunday morning with Vlad. But anyway, I do the live pick show. I hope to see all you guys there. Anyway, with this, to recap, I did the recap. Oh, so yeah, sorry. Gather the info. Place those bets and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching. Give me that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Share with your friends if they're fight fans. I'm sure they'll like my show. Hit that bell because I'll be doing something tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be a live one or I'm just going to go over the main and co-main event, which I've already did the research today. Today, I had a total of, if you want to include my commute to work, 6 hours behind windshield time. 6 hours of listening to handicappers give their little speech, and I'm absorbing that knowledge. When I'm driving, I'm thinking about, my destination and stuff, but at the same time, my mind is, the gears are spinning as I hear Matt and Craig telling me their picks, as I listen to MMA Prediction Guru, or Bert, Bert MMA, all these guys. Vlad doesn't do, like a lot of these guys, MMA Prediction Guru, play, set it, forget it. It runs through the whole show. Vlad, he does early prediction videos, so they're like 3 minutes a pop. So I got it. Those ones I have to do like during, if I pull over to a rest area, because I have to type in the fight on the phone. Like this, I have Dhiego Lima versus Matt Brown, UFC Celebrities and Classics. And it'll be there. 3 months ago he made it. Early prediction for that fight. Then I listened to it, write down his pick, whatever. But I have to do that for every single fight separately. Whereas in a lot of these other guys, DFS, Brady, Fight Night Picks. Fight Night Picks is good. They do them separately. Then they combine them all into a full card show. Where, every little breakdown video, combine it all into a full card show. So that's, what I'm saying. Anyway, these guys' links will be in the description. Check them out. Subscribe to them. Good luck on these bets, and I'll see you next time.